Welcome to Tender Heart. Doctors have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. They are problem eradicators when it comes to diseases and illnesses. But sometimes even their expertise fails, and that constant ray of hope somehow becomes blurry and starts to go out. But can self-motivation really help people in overcoming the odds? In today's video, we're going to talk about the doctors who told a mom that her son wouldn't survive, but the situation somehow ended, a little surprising when a nurse uttered something. Before we continue this story, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you get updated every time we post new videos. With that said, let's dive right into it. Blake Hyland is a young gymnast, 14 years old at the time, who was practicing a new move at Texas Dynasty Cheer and Gymnastics the evening of February 18, 2014. His mom, Cindy, had dropped him off at practice that day, and his dad, Pat, was going to pick him up an hour later. Little did they know what destiny had in store for them. Blake and his family were living in McGregor when he was injured. He was practicing an advanced tumbling maneuver called an Arabian, a flipping move in which the gymnast starts backward, jumps, and does a half turn in the air, and then completes a front flip. Blake intended to land in the in-ground foam training pit, but drifted a bit to his left, striking his head on an exposed concrete side of the pit that was not covered with padding. He was nearly killed in this gymnastics accident. While Blake was falling, Pat Hyland was pulling into the parking lot to pick him up from practice. As he entered, a woman ran past telling the receptionist to call 911. Blake was immediately rushed into the hospital where doctors performed several surgeries. The strong boy survived the accident and his parents were escalated, but little did they know that their son wasn't completely out of danger yet. Doctor had to remove part of his skull temporarily as his brain started to swell, and Blake was left with a big scar across his skull. The doctor said he only had a 50% chance of coming out of this alive. When Cindy and Pat asked the doctors about when their son would be waking up, they said, "We don't know." Even the doctors couldn't say when he'll wake up. This was every parent's nightmare. His parents never left him alone and kept praying for his recovery. 5 weeks later, their prayers were answered and Blake was out of a coma. His first words were, "I don't like this." He was confused about what was going on around him. Cindy broke down seeing her son in pain. The doctor said his chances of standing up on his feet again were close to zero, but the Hylands had faith in God and they believed their son will walk on his feet again, no matter what it takes. One day when Blake's parents were about to leave the room, they heard the nurse say, "It doesn't matter what they say, what matters is what Blake does." And this was enough to encourage Blake's parents even further. To everyone's surprise, Blake started recovering quickly. Blake's strong willpower and his parents' continuous encouragement made this speedy recovery possible. 1 year later, Blake walked out of the hospital on his own 2 feet. Months of physical and speech therapy finally paid off. Looking at his recovery, Blake's dad said, "That nurse was an angel." 2 years later, Blake started attending high school in 10th grade. He still struggles to walk and has lost some of his memory, but he says, "I am ready." Blake's story touched the hearts of many around the world. His family and friends started a Facebook page, which posts updates about Blake's recovery. His page has over 8,000 likes, and where most people post heartwarming messages, and some even send funds for his recovery. I hope you like this video. If you do, then feel free to share this video with your family and friends. And if you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.